Hey everyone, Caront here, welcoming you back to Tales of the Abyss. In the last episode, we made our way here to Tataroo Valley, which we hadn't seen in ages, and apparently it grew a lot of grass while we were gone. We went through it, picked up a new ability, Mew Wings, which of course, well, if I hit the right button, gives our little guy the ability to fly here. And then we also fought ourselves off a Unicerus, which is the boss of this area. Now, we get to head into the Tataroo Valley Sephiroth and see about, well, discovering stuff and killing things and hopefully figuring out what the heck's going on with the core. We have already fought most of the enemies, so we're going to be cutting a lot of battles in here, so it should go pretty short, but I want to pick up treasure while we're doing that. We get first Alchemagior, which, as you could probably surmise, is another capacity core. Let's go ahead and take a look at it, shall we? Alchemagior is +2 strength, +2 enhancement, +1 agility. That is going straight on Luke. Yes, sirree, Bob. Well, if I could actually put it on him right. Good job, me. Okay, let's check and see. Yeah, oh, that did go on him. Okay, all right, works for me. Now, let me go ahead and, well, escape this bat here. I think there's treasure on the other side as well. Let me take a peek here. Yeah, no, there's not. There's just an enemy waiting for me. I think I will evade you. Thank you very much. All right, so we head on in here, and you notice our puzzle for the day is tuning forks. Yay. Yeah, 3 guesses what we're supposed to do with that.
Did another place fall, or is it...
Yes, it may be the tree's instability due to the out-of-control Sephiroth.
These earthquakes have become more frequent.
I feel sick every time there's an earthquake. They remind me we're floating in midair.
I hope we can make the land safe again soon.
Okay, but in the meantime, let's hit a tuning fork, light these suckers up, and open the door. Yep, that is going to be the mechanic of this dungeon by and large. When we hit the fork, the round thing next to it lit up. Yes, and the door responded to that and opened. It looks like this sphere responds to the sound of the tuning fork, and when the sphere lights up, the door opens. Thank you very much, Tyr, but I kinda already figured that out and told my viewers, so, well, it's a little bit of extra commentary there, I suppose. That is going to be the mechanic of this dungeon. It's not too tough, really, but it does sort of set the tone for things to come. Hello, Sephiroth.
It's not reacting when Tyr gets close. That must mean...
It's the same as Shuri Hill. The Yulian seal hasn't been unlocked.
I guess we'll have to go look for it. It's kind of a pain.
Yeah, it kinda is. It's not too terrible, though. Okay, what we need to do, let's see. Okay, what we need to do first, I think, is go left. That's the way my directions are indicating here. And it's not letting me go left because of the wind. All right, so let's go right then. And yes, that will be another mechanic that we will need to mess with while we're in here. Okay, here we go. Yeah, all right, that's what I was looking at. Okay, so we're in the room with 3 forks. What we need to do is to light all of these up correctly. What we could do is go left, and then go right. And we've done it. Pretty easy, really. Okay, so let's see. I don't think... let's see. Yeah, I think we fought you. Let me check real quick. Okay, yeah, we had fought them before, but while we were doing it, Tyr picked up a new ad skill, which is Heavy Magic. So let me take a minute and thumb through here. Okay, increases chance to stun, which is definitely good for her. Yeah, very good for her. We definitely need that. Okay, let's see. What are some other ad skills we've got? Speed Cast. Pretty self-explanatory. Magic Charge, I don't have to worry about since I'm not controlling Jade. Wow, okay, Natalia's got a lot here, most of which we've seen before already. Let's go ahead and thumb through those just to make sure that they're not new anymore. Okay, thank you. Alright, nullifies a spell attack. Ooh, that's nice for Natalia, especially since she's a healer, primarily. And then Condition Guard, okay, yeah, fair enough. Then we've got Annis, and then Luke. Luke has Heavy Hit, okay, which is Stun Attack. Definitely good for him, since he is my main attacker. Okay, I think that'll suffice. Now, actually, one thing I will mention while I'm at it, you notice encounters-wise, I'm 359. So, if I wanted to, I could go ahead and get rid of hard mode, switch back to normal. I want to know what you guys think. I will mention, there is a point in this game where I will run up across a boss fight that drives me nuts on hard mode. And that is when I was doing my test run of this game before I came in to play this. That is when I stopped doing hard mode. So I am not sure whether I want to continue to that point or whether I want to just go ahead and turn it off now because I know that I am at my 256 battles. Sorry, I was trying to skip around him. So let me know. If you guys want me to continue with hard mode, just let me know. I will go ahead and say I have the battles I need in hard mode to get the title that I'm looking for. And if I change it off of hard mode, this game will become a lot easier. So just figured I would go ahead and mention that. Okay, Mirage Glove's definitely good for tier. I mean, not good on the luck stat, but honestly, I don't pay particularly much attention to the luck stat anyhow. Okay, let's see. Alright. Yeah, we can't do much with this yet. What you'll want to do is eventually forge the puzzle to where the wind's going this way. You notice, if you examine it, it'll go ahead and officially pop up a scene here to show you or tell you that, hey, there's got to be some way to get that treasure chest. How could we get over there? By flying through the air or something? Yeah, that's your hint. I mean, as though you really needed it anyway. But what they want you to do is go ahead and change the wind over to the kind of going southwest. Now that closes off the wind for this, which is good because we kind of need to do that to move forward. And you'll notice that also breaks the seal on part of the Sephiroth, but that is actually not where we finish up here. So let's go ahead. I think we need to go this way first, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, yes. All right, 3-floor room. Okay, let's see. Okay, all right, yeah. Have Mew attack ready, and you notice there are 5 forks here. Pretty much the same deal as last time. Go ahead and hit the middle one first, but you'll notice it's clicking on and off with not just the ones on the side, but also the ones on the top and bottom as well. So what you'll do, hit the middle fork, then go downstairs because we need to go there next, and yeah, let me kill you guys next. Okay, well, yeah, we'd already killed them, and I took a moment to go ahead and fix my cooking too, because I keep forgetting to. Okay, now, once you're down here, go ahead and hit the lower left fork first, and then go ahead and head over here and hit the lower right. Then we have to head upstairs, so, let's see, okay. Once we get up to the middle fork, ignore it for now. We'll be hitting it again in a moment. But head upstairs now and, well, try to go around you guys, or not, okay? Well, actually, it turns out to be a good thing because in this battle, we get the last of the enemies that we have here in Tataroo Valley. Let me go to kill you. There we go. Okay, the Kai is our next enemy. Chi, Kai, I don't know. You could pronounce it either way, I guess, depending on whether you're talking Greek letters or not. Okay, we'll go with Kai. Kai here is pretty much not much to really write home about. Same levels in many ways as some of the enemies we've seen before, so not that big a deal. Not even that many in special attacks or anything big like that, so just go ahead and kill that thing that's in your way. Or you might want to save it for a little bit later if you've got wind bats or other such stuff coming at you. Take care of them first, because they're the bigger menace.
New knowledge.
I have to write it down.
Okay, well, that's good. And I put all my cooking recipes on there, and I can't cook spaghetti. Go figure. Okay, so once you head up here, go top right with the fork. Then top left. Now you notice the top forks are not actually hitting the middle. I don't think the bottom forks did either, so that pretty much leaves the middles to hit everything. which is why you have it set up like this. Hit the middle fork, and we're good. That opens up the easterly wind, which is the whole reason why we were doing that. Because we want to make it to where we can get that treasure, of course, but we also want to make it to where we can go out the bottom when we need to. With the wind set up the previous way, if we had turned this back on, we wouldn't have been able to go where we want to. Now, however, with the two wind streams coming together, it redirects them over so where we can get our treasure. So let's go ahead and new wing ourselves over that way where we need to go anyhow. Alright, the Aqua Cape, which I'm not going to use, but big whoop. Now, where does this take us, you might ask? This takes us back actually where we could have gone if we had gone straight down to begin with. Now, however, we go through there and we have the treasure to boot. So, I'm going to go ahead and head back to the center where everything's going to pick up next, and I'll see you guys over there.
The Yulian seal's been unlocked. Now it should respond to Tyr.
If this happens again, we should probably check the devices in the area.
My brother hasn't been here yet.
Does this mean anyone who can use the 7th phonon can control it?
No, the control panel is dormant. Probably because we ignored Van's code when we used the passage rings at Shuri Hill in the Zhao ruins. The passage rings in other lands connected in parallel considered Luke an intruder. So they executed an emergency shutdown.
Then we can't control it?
I think it'll work if Luke carves the commands into it with his hyperresonance.
Brute force, huh? So what should I do?
For measuring the vibration frequency, nothing. But considering the future, we should probably set things up to lower the land.
Should I write something?
Draw a line between the 4th Sephiroth and here, the 6th Sephiroth. Bypass the 5th Sephiroth. That's Exariuth. There's no point in connecting it. Also connect the 1st and 3rd Sephiroth. Beside the 6th Sephiroth, write Tree Descent, normal speed. And then, activate simultaneously with the 1st Sephiroth descent.
What does this mean?
When we lower the first Sephiroth, the radiation gate, that orders this passage ring to activate and lower this land as well.
We'll inscribe that same order on every passage ring in the Outer Lands. Then we'll give the descent command to the radiation gate.
I see. Then all of the Outer Lands will descend at once.
All right. Now all that's left is the vibration frequency of the core.
How do we measure it, Colonel?
It's simple. Touch the counter to the center phone stone.
I'll do it. Is this all?
Yes.
Boring. I got all worked up for nothing.
I'm afraid it wasn't designed for entertainment.
Let's return to Sheridan.
Okay, well that's simple enough. I think they intentionally made this Sephiroth a lot shorter because you had to go through Tataroo Valley to get to it, so that's nice. Alright, now, you notice you can use a wing bottle to get the heck out of here if you want to. I'm not going to though, because there is one other thing we need to do while we are here in Tataroo Valley before we leave. It's not too big a deal, but it's a little side quest thing with a recipe, so I will go ahead and do that. Now, where we need to go is to the Field of Flowers where Luke and Tyr landed when they first got here. So, hang tight just a moment, and I will see you guys over there. For some reason, when I come here, I feel like stopping to rest. Well, shall we? I don't see why that'd be a problem. Yes, let's rest for a while. This is such a beautiful place. Yes, it's relaxing. It's the perfect picnic spot. The monsters are kind of bad, but they don't seem to come near these flowers very much. Yes, this could be a good place to bring a bag lunch and relax. Actually, I did bring something. Hey, cake! My, did you make this yourself? Yes, Tamra taught me how, so I don't know if it's any good though. Wow, it's great! Yes, it's delicious. Tyr, teach me how to make this later. You don't already know, Annis? Nope, not cake. My specialty is regular dishes, not dessert. Oh, that's somewhat surprising. What's surprising? Ooh, cake! Good idea, Annis. It wasn't me. Tyr made it. What? I can't picture Tyr making a cake. Oh, is that what was surprising? Yeah, I agree. I totally thought it was Annis. Luke? How is it? Let me try some. I think it's time we should be going. We've rested long enough. What are you mad about? I don't get her at all. Why'd she have to ruin that delicious cake? Stupid. Well, out of that, we get the recipe for, well, that cake. And with that, I think that pretty well wraps things up here. So I don't think there's a scene at the beginning of Tataroo Valley. So I will go ahead and jet off, and I will see you guys, well, back in Sheridan.
Good to see you back.
Here are the measurements.
We're currently modifying the Tartarus.
The Tartarus?
Even the fall into the Cliffoth couldn't break it. It's perfect for a trip to the core.
The Tartarus is certainly proving itself useful.
It will still take some time, though. You should go relax in town.
Could I talk to you all for a minute?
What is it?
Is it really okay for us to just lower all the land on our own?
What do you mean?
It's a really big deal. It'll change the way the whole world works. I was thinking we should explain things to Uncle and Emperor Peony and work together.
But we'd have to go to Batical to do that.
I think we should.
Luke.
They risked their lives for us. For you, Natalia. Now it's our turn to protect them. Let's persuade Uncle to salvage the peace treaty that fell apart. Shouldn't Kimlaska, Malkuth, and Doth work together to lower the Outer Lands?
Luke, you're absolutely right.
Please let me think for a bit. I know that's best, but the fact remains that Father rejected me. I'm scared. I'm sorry.
We'll just have to wait until Natalia is ready.
Now, this is always one of the moments in the game that really seemed to signal to me that Luke had grown up. Because instead of just going on and doing whatever he wanted or even whatever the rest of the group wanted, he stops them and says, hey, let's get everybody in on this. Let's make this a whole group effort, not just us. That has always stood out to me. Okay, so what do we need to do? Well, we need to go stay at the inn, actually. I believe. Let's see. Let me make sure on that. If it turns out to be incorrect, then oh well, we just got ourselves an inn visit. Okay, yeah, sorry, the staying at the inn actually comes a little bit later. What we do need to do is go over and talk to Natalia, who is, well, yeah, hi. Please let me think about this overnight. I'm such a coward, aren't I? Nah, I'm not a coward at all. You're just nervous. Okay, so now we get to go to the inn. Whoopsie. Oh well, not too big a deal. I mean, it only cost me 600 gold and I have 500,000, so I think I'm okay on that front. All right, now we head up here. And you should know it's story-based inn staying because it's free. So yeah, that's what we were supposed to do in the first place, so mea culpa.
Where's she going?
Who's there? Ash! What are you doing here?
I'm looking for Spinoza. What are you doing here? Aren't you going to Batical?
You knew?
It's not like you to be scared.
Well, there are some things that frighten even me.
Really? Even though you have tens of thousands of Batical citizens as your allies?
I know that.
Someday, when we're grown up, let's change this country. Change it so that no one has to be poor. Change it so that war never happens.
Let's work to change our country. For the rest of our lives. Together.
I didn't say that because you were a princess. Your birth doesn't matter. Just do what you can. I guess I'll go back too.
It's not nice to eavesdrop.
I didn't do it on purpose, and it didn't seem like the best time to interrupt them.
I see.
If I hadn't been born, Natalia and Ash would have.
If you hadn't been born, Ash would have died at Xeriuth as Luke.
Tyr.
Hypothesizing about not having been born is meaningless. You're living your own life. Experiences that only you know. Feelings that only you feel. Don't deny them. You're here.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, and you notice the promise that Natalia had referred to all this time that Luke supposedly made. There it is. It was, of course, made with Ash, and Ash did indeed remember it, and remembered it very well.
I'm sorry. It's not like me to act scared like that, is it?
Then we're going to Batical now, are we?
Yes. I will do what I can as princess of... No, as a citizen of Kimlaska.
There you go.
I hoped you'd say that. I wrote a letter to King Ingobert describing everything that's happened, as well as the problems with lowering the Outer Lands.
Problem? Was there a problem?
The miasma.
Oh yeah, the whole reason the Outer Lands were made was to get away from that.
We'll need more than the cooperation of Sheridan to solve this problem. We'll need Grand Kokma's phonic researchers and Yulia City. But in order to get them,
We have to get Kimlaska and Malkuth to agree to peace.
Let's go to Batical. I'll convince Father, no matter what.
Cool. Now there actually is one thing we do need to do before we head out of here, and that is go stay at the inn yet again. Now the first time I screwed up, the second time was story-based, the third time actually finishes up Luke's hyper-resonance quest. So let's go ahead and pay the guy some more money.
Tyr, can we get started on the hyper-resonance training?
Huh? Oh yes, let's begin. It looks like you've developed quite a bit of control.
But I still can't handle it well enough to use in battle.
At one point, you couldn't do anything at all. It's quite impressive.
Tyr, thanks for everything.
Luke.
Enough!
Thank you.
This is the last of my training. From here on, your training will come from the battlefield. Stay sharp.
I will.
You've come quite far, Tyr.
It's thanks to your instruction, Major.
Here, take this.
Major, what is this pendant?
Van gave it to me to give to you once you had completed your training.
Van?
This is a memento of your mother.
My mother?
Tyr, if by some chance I should die in battle, open that pendant and look inside.
Major, what are you saying?
I said if. I won't die. Not until Van's vision comes to pass.
Major, I'll keep it safe. Thank you.
Tyr, you mustn't die. Do whatever it takes to stay alive, no matter what.
Yes, ma'am.
Tyr?
I thought you didn't like me teaching you how to control your hyperresonance.
What? No, I was just embarrassed.
Embarrassed?
I just thought, well, it wasn't cool to learn from from you.
What do you mean it wasn't cool to learn from me?
Well, Never mind, it's nothing. Whatever. I'm really glad you taught me. I'm glad I learned this from you. Thanks.
Thank you, too.
Should we head back?
Right.
So we get a new title for Tyr out of this, Big Sister, which is actually a costume title. I think it's the first costume title we've gotten. So first off, let's switch to Tyr's display here and go ahead and put that title on her just to show it off. I will mention, this is not the only way actually you can get the title. There is another way coming up pretty soon, that if you didn't do the hyper-resonant stuff, you can actually get the title this way. And it turns out it's not a costume title, so whoopsie, mea culpa. Alright, but this is where I'm going to leave things off for today. Next time on Tales of the Abyss, we are going to head back to Badical, try to reconcile with the king, and open up a lot of side quest stuff while we're there. A lot of fun side quest stuff too. So thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see y'all later.